Kia ora koutou. A shorter session for me today, but I saw some big moves on KDLY up over 600% and GRYP over 300%, which was in a better price range for me. It was showing strength out of the gate. I caught a VWAP pullback and locked in 10 cents per share. Not a home run, but a clean base hit, so let's break it down. So on my watch list I had NXTT and YHC going into the pre-market session. I got up and turned on my software and neither of those looked very good. NXTT was up 77% but was below VWAP, so that was out. And YHC was up over 200% but was pulling back from an earlier move to 870. So that was out as well. So GRYP was, well, it actually made a move around 6.30. Popped at 6.30 from around 50 cents, I think it was, 58 cents to a high of $4.90, $5. And basically pulled back on that same candle, retraced all the way back down to $2. I saw it here as it was coming back up to VWAP. So I just basically got up. I got up late. I'd had a job earlier in the night and I didn't get to bed early enough to get up with a decent amount of sleep. So I was a bit tired when I got up and a bit late getting to my computer to trade. So saw this popping up and I decided to jump in pretty much straight away. So I'll just push play on the video. So this is where I saw it coming up to VWAP and I was getting ready possibly to take a trade. I'd seen the move that I'd done and a retrace back. It was still looking pretty strong, although the MACD's closed here. But I thought it's pushing through VWAP. The volumes looks like it's increasing. So I thought, I've been hesitating lately getting in on stock, so I thought I'd take an early entry, probably a little bit too early, to be honest. I should have waited for a bit of confirmation first that it was going to keep pushing, because the red pullback here, even though it pulled back down to VWAP and sort of looked like it was buying up a little bit, there's still a fair amount of red volume coming into this candle. Here it's pushing back up, but just the volume's sort of lighter. And I'm just going to speed it up again. So I was looking for 220, for it to push up to around 220, and I was looking at taking it there. Although I had 230 in there originally, but it didn't push straight away. And now, see, the volume is coming down. And this is why I should have probably waited. Well, I should have waited, really, because now it's dropping down below VWAP. And now I'm getting a bit worried because the red volume candles are a lot bigger than the current green ones. And it went down to a low of 180. Yeah, so I was down probably at my stop level. Really, my stop should have been here at 190. Yeah, and see there it's pushed up. So I'll just bring that back a bit. So it did hold that 190 level and then it broke here, and I'd already preset my order at 214. So when it pushed up to there, and I set it there because it was previous resistance there, and I thought if the volume's not coming in, then I will, hopefully retest there and then reject. It actually pushed through 214, went up to 232, 233, and yeah. Then pulled back, micro pullback, back down to 214, and then pushed back up over pushed back up over 230 and went to 253. So even if I'd held that, I'm not sure if I would have held for this long for the pushback through. But really, if I'm looking for an exit signal, then I probably should have still been holding up until this point. And it gets to 253, 254, and then there's some bigger sell orders coming in there. Lots of red on the tape. That's an exit. So exit there at 243 maybe, when there was lots of red coming through on the tape and getting out there. So that was my trade on GRYP. I took it pretty early. It was still before 7 o'clock, and the push came in at 7 to push it higher, and I took it off the table there. So got a $14 gain on that trade, and yeah, 10 cents a share. So nice base hit, but left a lot on the table with that one. So the other stocks that were, KDLY was another stock that ripped this morning as well. And this popped around just before, while I was trading GRYP, it started pushing up from, broke $6. So I just finished my trade, and this had pushed from $6 all the way up to 987. So yeah, big push here from breaking that $6 mark there and pushing all the way up to, $10 in that one candle. So that would have been a nice trade. But already the stock at $6 was a bit too expensive for me. Yeah, that's like 50 shares. So, but then again, it went $4, so that wouldn't have been a bad profit at 50 shares, getting $4, almost $4 a share. But it pushed all the way up to a high of 26.81 in that first move. That was quite massive. But it looked pretty hard to trade because I think it had quite a bit of range in these candles, so kind of difficult to get a good read on these stocks that have these massive ranged candles. And I wasn't sure what the spreads were on this as well, how large the spreads were on this stock. But it kept grinding up through pre-market to hit a high of 31.61, and it looks like it's grind here, but really it's quite big moves between $17.60, $17 to $21 in this section here, and then that one candle there is 18.40 to 21.15. So decent ranged candles on there, and then pulling back from 27 down to 22, 23. So it was good to see though. Good to see a big move like that. I'm not sure what the news was on this. I think this one was, does it have it? has it on this one. KDL. KDLY. Oh, it was to do with cryptocurrency. That's right. That was a cryptocurrency headline. I think that was the same with GRYP as well. This one was, that's right. It's a merger with Eric Trump, backed American Bitcoin as well. So, bit of a trend. So that was pretty much it for me. I finished up before the open and I saw it break through VWAP here again just as I was shutting down for the day. I'd sort of watched it break up here, didn't take that trade, didn't want to take that trade, and then it pulled back and I watched a bit of KDLY, and CTMX was another one I actually sort of watched. But didn't take any trades on in the end. CTMX, oh not TMX, CTMX. Get rid of that. Yeah, so this sort of broke up around, popped up around just after 8, and I watched this move here from around $1.60 up to $2.70. And good entry here would have been as it broke this point here, and there was a couple of opportunities. There's micro pullbacks here around $1.80, and then the whole dollar as well. Another entry here for the push up to 250, 270. And when it hit 270, I did think about actually getting in here. I really thought, oh, this is quite strong, maybe it'll push to $3. But then I decided against it. Thought, no, it's quite extended for a stock that's, you know, just over $1. And I was right, it did pull back, and it did pull back quite a bit, back down to $2.12, $2. So, but yeah, I decided to shut it down after that, and that was it for me today. So, GRYP was my only trade. 10.5 cents a share on that one. So coming into the start of this week, not a bad base hit to start the week, starting off better than last week, but let's hope I can keep it all green this week, or if I do have a red day, very small red day, not blow it out like last week. So P&L curve slowly getting back up. It's going to be a bit of a grind this month to get back to where I want to be, but if I can get back into the green, back into the positives up here in my P&L for the month, that would be good, and get my account back up a bit healthier. So really taking base hits at the moment, not trying to push it too hard, and just being careful of my risk and controlling my risk management at the moment. Small green days like this are all part of, you know, the build. Stuck to my rules, got the win, now it's on to the next one. Let me know in the comments if you would have held through that push or taken the base hit. I'll be back tomorrow with another trade. If you're growing a small account too, hit follow and let's build together. See you then. Hei au popo.